Fort Clark Springs, Texas, Sunday morning, March 30th, 2025 at 9:20 a.m. Overcast skies and 73 degrees. Is that bad? Not right now, but it'll be 95 this afternoon, and that's not comfortable. But be that as it may, we're going to go take a little drive, and we're going to talk about RVs. Why? Well, I've got a little experience with them. I've had a number of different types and models and stuff. And, somebody asked me the question in an email the other day of all the RVs I've had, which one was the best? Well, I can only say that at the time, they were all okay. At the time I bought them, and at the time I was living in them, and at the time I was either driving them or towing them, because it was that time of my life that particular unit fit well. And you'll find that as you go through your RV life, that your taste will change also from the original version that you got in the beginning. In other words, you may have started off with a travel trailer, and now you have a Class A motorhome, and on and on and on, or vice versa. Why is that? Well, it's just individual preference. Like right now, for example, I'm buying a Casita 2025 Casita Spirit Deluxe. I got to go pick it up in Rice, Texas this Friday, April the 4th. And it's a 17-foot travel trailer. That's pretty small, but that's bumper to bumper. The interior is about usable space, 8 feet. I mean, you got the bed takes up a lot, the bathroom takes up a lot, so you don't have a lot of other space, you know what I mean? But I had one and lived in one for 2 years, about 6 years ago, and I'm going back to it. And the reason is, now, at my age, I really don't want to be driving a Class C and towing a car down the highway, even though that's not a whole lot different than towing a trailer behind the pickup. There's some differences. Is it easier to tow a travel trailer than it is to drive a motorhome and tow a car behind it, flat tow or dolly tow? I think that's about a push. That's about an even money bet there. Not much difference. Equal time to hook up and all that stuff. And unhook. The thing that, of course, makes it a lot easier now for travel trailer towers is the electric hitch thing, that raises it and lowers it on the ball of your tow vehicle. Yeah, that makes it much easier, much easier. Now, for those of you that use the sway control, weight distribution systems and all that stuff, then when you get ready to hook up, you got some work, you know what I mean? I'm not going to have any of that initially. Why? Well, my vehicle has, of course, it has tow haul, and it also has a four-wheel drive, or whatever they call it. What do they call it? I don't know. It's four-wheel something. But they tell me that will work as a sway control itself. In other words, if you're driving down the highway and there's some wind or whatever, that it will move power to wheels according to the need and level out that sway. We'll see. But if I need a sway bar, that's not a big item. I'm not going to get the weight distribution hitch because the trailer only weighs 2,600 pounds. Now if I had a triple axle fifth wheel and all that, yeah, probably do a lot of things different, but I ain't going to get one of those. But yeah, as far as the Casita and the trailers, stuff that I've used over the years, they were all good at the time. The Class C, of course, I had 2 of those, and the reason was I enjoyed driving it. It was really nice for the time that I used it. But the downside of a driving unit, a Class A, B, C, is they're vehicles. They have to have automobile insurance, or full insurance coverage and stuff, and their equipment that needs to be maintained. You got to have oil changes, filters and stuff changed periodically, and it's not good to park Class A, B, or C for an extended period of time without starting the engine and even driving it occasionally. And with me now, I'll park my RV in Carrizozo for 5 or 6 months and maybe use it 3 times in that period to go somewhere else. And then the same way here at Brackettville, Texas, I'll park it and it'll just sit there until I decide to go somewhere. And that's why I got rid of the Class C this time. The primary reason is I hated to just see a piece of equipment out there, motorhome, unused, because it's just not a good idea. And also it has the Class A, Bs, and Cs have a generator on board that you need to use occasionally to keep them from gumming up, you know. So yeah, you need to start them every now and then. And with a travel trailer, you don't have to worry about any of that. And you really, as far as keeping a travel trailer hooked up when it's parked, you can. I'll use an extension cord and I'll plug it into 110 just to maintain the AGM battery. But I'm not going to have the refrigerator on. No. We'll leave the refrigerator off and just let the 110 drip feed the AGM battery. This is Brackettville, Texas. Nice little small town here in southwest Texas. And but anyway, back to the RV stuff. As far as the Casita, for me now, I've actually made some changes on this unit that I bought. Number one, I got the Spirit Deluxe, which does not have the swivel chairs, which gives me a little more space, and some storage space under the seats. I can't remember the other. I think I had a Liberty Deluxe or whatever I had that had the swivel chairs, and the swivel chairs are nice, but they're big. There's no storage underneath them, really, and so you lose two ways. You know, it takes up extra space, and you don't have storage that you could use. And so I'm going with that. And then also in the bathroom, the first Casita I had the sink in the bathroom and the little storage compartment underneath. That's an option. Well, I didn't get that this time. Why? I don't need that storage under the sink, number one, and that 10 or 11 inches of space that's taken up by that sink and the storage unit, it gives you a lot more room in the shower. Okay, and also I put in the shower last time I can't remember, a teak wood thing to stand on, and they do come in handy. I'm not saying that it wasn't a handy device, but this time I'm going to try to go without it, and I've got a way to do that I learned in the Class B RV. The Class B RV I had a bath right at the back, and it was almost impossible to get it level so that the water in the shower would all drain out. All right, there was always some water left in the shower. So what I had a large sponge, you know, that you'd use to wash your car maybe, and I would use that to squeegee up the water in the shower. Worked perfect. So I'm going to try that same technique in the Casita this time, and not use the teak wood or any kind of pad in the shower other than the non-slip little sticky things that it comes with. And we'll see how that goes, because that'll give me about an inch more headroom, and in a Casita, headroom is nice. You know, it's 6 foot. It's 6 foot 6 foot 1.5 or 6 foot 2 inches tall inside, and it's about 6 or 7 feet wide on the inside. Not very big. No, it's a very small unit. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to say that it's not. And let me get this thing up here. There we go. But yeah, we're cruising out here on this old road that goes nowhere. But well, it goes to Rock Springs. This is the way I'll go to Rock Springs on Wednesday, actually. But anyway, what else about the Casita? I got the bed, man. They make a 9-inch memory foam bed that's specially made for the Casita. It's like $500 or more, and and it's a good quality mattress. And that was something that I struggled with for little over 2 years. When I had my first casita, I tried different pads and different things, different this. I finally got it set up pretty comfortable after about a year or so. And but yeah, this time I'll have a good bed, hopefully, and then I'll take my wedge and my pillows and my bedding, and should be very nice. And the way I'm going to situate the travel trailer on my place in Carrizozo, on that concrete pad where I parked my RVs in the past, it'll give me a great view out the windows. There's 3 big windows in the area where the bed is. Of course, there's one at the head of the bed, but I'll have those blinds closed, and some of that, what do they call it? It looks like aluminum foil. It's an insulation. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I'll have some of that in that window, and then the other 2 will just be open. And then there's a big window by the dining area. And what else? But no, overall, I mean, I got a plan. I'm talking about this thing because I've got a lot of nervous energy. It's not buyer's remorse, because I don't have any remorse about buying the casita at all. I've done it before. I know what I'm getting. And so as far as other RVs I've had, I had a 16-foot travel trailer that was like $9,800, a cheap one. And for someone that's just going to go camping a few days or a week or 2 at a time, that's a great little unit. And I lived in it, didn't have any problems, so you could too, I guess. And as far as I had a 28-foot Jayco, with a separate bedroom and a divider and all that stuff. And yeah, it was great. It was heavy to tow. I never towed it, actually. I had it towed to my place in Kingsland, Texas, parked under a shed. And then I had my son tow it to a parking lot in Kingsland, Texas, where it was a park and sale thing, and I sold it from that lot. And but anyway, as far as the best RV I've ever had, I'm going to have to say it would either be the Class C or the casita, and that's just based on the fact that I'll have had 2 casitas and 2 Class Cs, and so one of those two totally different concepts for full-time RVing. But the good thing about the Class C is it had plenty of room, plenty of headroom, full shower, full kitchen, everything was nice, plenty of storage inside and out, very easy to drive, but you had to pay attention. You're driving a 22 or 24 foot RV down the highway, you got to pay attention. And then towing a vehicle, you're always got to be aware of that. But enough said. We're out here on a road going basically nowhere. The sun's just burning off this morning overcast, and now the temperature will shoot up quickly. But yeah, I'm anxious to go, man. I am. I'm ready to go. I enjoy my life being an adventure. I'm gonna make a few minor changes now. I think we'll see. I've got things on my mind, like I'm not going to be in a hurry to get to Carrizozo. Number one, I'll take 2 or 3 nights from the dealership in Rice, Texas, to get to Carrizozo. So that's certainly not a rush. It's about 600 miles from Rice, or the dealership in Rice, Texas, the Casita dealership, to my home base in Carrizozo. So, and I might even go another night. It doesn't matter. I mean, just whatever, and then once I get there, I'm planning on taking some day trips. I want to go back over to Cloudcroft, of course, Ruidoso. I got to get groceries and stuff at Walmart and Albertsons, and then, of course, Capitan to the deli to kind of load up on some cooked food, and on and on. And once you get all that done, or the grocery side done, and I have to return a popcorn popper to Walmart, and then I have to return my Spectrum stuff to Spectrum. They say you just take it to UPS and they pack it up and ship it free of charge. We'll find out about that. it's just a matter of finding a UPS place that'll do it. And what else? That's about it, guys. We're out here in the boonies on a good old talking road on a Sunday morning at 9:35 a.m. March the 30th, 2025, and the temperature is 73 degrees. But yeah, guys, enjoy your life. And, you know, don't worry about what I do. Worry about what you do, you know. And but it does make life more enjoyable, particularly when you're retired, to have things to do, look forward to. And do I spend a little money? Yes, I do. And sometimes I lose money. I lose money on RVs and cars, but I make money on real estate. In fact, I sold two pieces. I won't mention which ones, but I made a ton of money on both of those. So overall, I'm dollars ahead on the real estate. So I mean, in overall, so I'm not worried about it. All right, you know, I'm not trying to save money at my age. But anyway, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem from near Brackettville, Texas, on a road that's certainly not heavily traveled. There's not a car behind me, not a car in front of me. And folks, this is the way old Rusty likes to live. Off to the right where you see those flags there was the old Alamo movie set. And they used to have tours. They don't anymore. But be that as it may, enjoy your life, keep your health, take deep breaths, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy your life the best way you can. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.